back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. Smitty. Take a lap.
What is going on, good people? You are watching the Fantasy Football Show, and I'm your man, Smitty, and I'm going to take you into championship week. It's time to win a couple of those championship rings you got in your sights on the horizon. We got a lot of news to go over, a lot of 2022 talk. We're going to talk a lot of 2022 this show. Let's win that championship. I mean, we've taken you this far. Some of you are out, and there's no shame in losing in your semifinals, or if you've got blasted by this 19 list type stuff, all your players landed on the 19 list. I mean, I got you. We're going into 2022. I'm going to take you there right now. We're not waiting 2 or 3 months. I'm not taking any time off. We're going right into 2022. We'll talk about some of that today. We got to change this behind here. We've got 10K, and I've got 9K in the background. Hold on. What am I doing? Smitty's dropping the ball here. Where's my one? Hold on. What are we doing? Boom. 10K. Jeez, what am I doing? I'm slipping. Big dog in the house. Who is first in the building? I always like to shout out Brandon Hicks first in the building. Dan second. Scott, Tanner, Champ, Engage, Dan, Angel, MSK, Blackbeard, Tariq. The list goes on. Quadruple A in the building. Let's get to some of the news, and then we'll get to the rest, okay? Let's start off with the news. Trey Lance. Head coach Kyle Shanahan said Trey Lance has improved over the past month while running the scout team. This man right here, it's time to rant. It's time.
Time for a Smitty rant.
I am angry. I am very angry. I'll tell you why I'm angry. This man, Kyle Shanahan, doesn't know what he's doing. He has no clue what he's doing. Maybe he was a good offensive coordinator once upon a time. Maybe he's called some good plays the past couple weeks, but he is a horrible personnel decision maker, especially as it relates to the quarterback position. He's got this guy sitting on his bench all year long. And what have we been saying since draft day? You need to start Trey Lance. You need to start him from day one. I don't understand this man at all. And by this man, I mean Kyle Shanahan, who's had this gem sitting on his bench, who's ready to go out and show people what he's made of. I know rookie quarterbacks can be up and down. Look at Wilson. Wilson looked good last week, but it took him a while, and he still has a lot to learn. But his offense is on 8 levels below where the Niners' offense is on. That's got arguably the best tight end in football, or at least top 2. Arguably the best wide receiver in football, or at least top 3. And a running game that can do very, 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 very well. Okay, top 5 well. Especially if Trey Lance is under center, spreading things out. Jimmy G can throw 7 to 10 yards down the field. Okay? He's very limiting to this offense. He limits the offense's ability to get the football down the field. I know what you're going to say, but he's so good for Deebo Samuel. Is he? Because everything I'm seeing Deebo Samuel's doing by himself. I don't see Jimmy G delivering arced footballs 50 yards down the field to Deebo Samuel. I'm seeing a lot of Deebo putting the entire team on his back and literally driving himself to the end zone, not by way of Jimmy G. Jimmy G is not making Deebo into Deebo. Deebo is taking everything into his own hands and making his own destiny. I don't want to hear it. I can't wait till Trey Lance proves people wrong. Is there a shot he goes out there unprepared? Yeah, and I'm willing to take that chance that people are going to come at me and say, Smitty, Trey Lance looked garbage. He's not it. He's ill-equipped. He can't even get his own coach to give him the keys to the lineup right now so he can have all week to prepare. Instead, he's dancing around Jimmy G potentially being able to maybe try and play through the injury. Maybe he's being coy to try and throw defenses off. Maybe. But let's see and hear what's going on in practice. And if they're not putting Trey Lance full command, shifting the offense into a Trey Lance-led offense, he's putting Trey Lance in a position to fail. And so I'm not going to hold everything against the man if he goes out there and makes a ton of mistakes, because he is not equipped with what he needs to be given in terms of resources, blocking, offensive scheme. The complexity of the Niner offense with Trey Lance under center versus Jimmy G is like here and here. And it's not that it's going to be so complicated that Trey can't figure it out. He's a smart kid. And you're going to have to ease him in because you didn't prepare him all offseason long like we said he should. Because if Shanahan had prepped him all season, offseason long, he would have walked into week 1 with mistakes, but able to overcome those mistakes. You would have won as a Niner fan. You would have won more games if Trey Lance started week 1 than the course you've taken. And now you're in a position where you've got to try and fight your way into a playoff spot, fight tooth and nail for a final wild card spot because you thought, oh, why fix what isn't broken? When 3 or 4 weeks ago I said put in Trey Lance now. I don't care if the Niners are turning things around and winning. Everybody took that in. Why fix what isn't broken? We're turning things around. No, the team is carrying Jimmy. Okay? I understand Jimmy can make some decent intermediate throws. He can manage a game if everything's perfect. I get it. I'm not saying Jimmy G can't do well in certain situations, but Trey Lance is like steak dinner, and Jimmy G is like a pretty darn good Burger King hamburger when you're hungry. It's pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it. If the environment's right, the wind is blowing a certain way, your hunger's at a certain level, you'll eat a McDonald's hamburger, a Burger King hamburger, it'll taste great. Trey Lance, comparing Trey Lance to Jimmy G, even as a rookie, is ridiculous. This guy can pick up and run the football. This guy can march the ball into the end zone all by himself. He spreads out defenses. Does anybody understand what happens to a defense when Trey Lance is on the field versus Jimmy? That defense will spread out like crazy. And Trey Lance has to be shadowed or taken account. People have to take account for where he is on the field at all times. Because Trey Lance is going to get you 11 yards on the outside, run out of bounds, not even take a hit, and do that 5, 6, 7 times a game. If the Niners run the ball 35 times, the likelihood of them winning the game is astronomically high. And Trey Lance will run the ball without even designed runs, maybe a couple design runs, but just his ability to tuck and run because he's so good at it. He proved it in college. I don't care if the level of competition was low. He proved it in college. His ability to tuck and run is proven. It's proven because he was 28 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. The ratio tells you he is a great decision maker when it comes time to tuck and run. If he was a bad decision maker in terms of tucking the ball and running, he would have more than 0 interceptions. Okay? I know he didn't play a lot of college football. I know his competition was small. I get all that. I'm not a moron. Okay? But at some point you factor in the eye test. At some point you factor in the scouting ability that you bring to the table. And I'm sorry, I've been doing it a while. I'm pretty darn good with quarterbacks and prospects. And I see a lot of potential in Trey Lance. Is he a lock? No one's a lock. Could he get hurt tomorrow and his career be over? Absolutely. It could happen to anybody. Could he hit the 19 list tomorrow morning and fail everybody who thought they might have a good quarterback play in week 17? Sure. I can't control some things, but what I can control is my assessment and trying to recognize, does this man, Trey Lance, have a particular set of skills that he's acquired over a long career, skills that make defensive backs give defensive backs nightmares? This man does. This man does. This man is a tool, a weapon. His ability, the Niners' ability to score If you think of it like a road map, like a MapQuest or a Google Maps, okay? And you bring up, okay, let me type in the end zone. Type in the end zone, okay. How many passes can I have to the end zone? If Jimmy G's quarterback, your Google Maps is going to give you 2 or 3 or 4 routes to the end zone. Okay, and they don't include anything that goes directly there. It's like 7 yards, 10 yards, 8 yards, and Debo takes it to the end zone. Debo takes it to the end zone. If you put Trey Lance in there and you open up your fantasy football touchdown Google Maps, you type in end zone, all of a sudden you have 17 routes that you can take to the end zone. 3 or 4 of them are Trey Lance himself. Some are run plays, some are intermediate passes, some are George Kittle. Short route to the end zone, Debo. A little 7-yard slant to the end zone. Things that Jimmy G had on his MapQuest or Google Map plan. But guess what else Trey can do? Trey can air it out. Trey's got a cannon. Trey can throw it 40, 50 yards downfield to Debo, not just ask Debo to take a 7-yard slant to the end zone every single time Debo touches the football. Defense is spread out. Running game improves. Defense is spread out. The Niners defense improves. The Niners defense is less tired. The Niners defense, everything, it's a snowball effect. And this man Shanahan is pretty much almost destroyed the entire season. What I'm fearful of is once Trey Lance comes in and potentially makes Shanahan look good again, people are going to forget. People are going to forget what Shanahan did here. People are going to forget how he dropped the ball for 16 straight weeks. People are going to forget a little too quickly how he said that Jimmy Garoppolo was only marginally better than Tom Brady in the offseason when Tom Brady would have come to play for the 49ers, but Shanahan's like, no, according to my bad quarterback assessment, Jimmy G's only marginally less talented. So we'll go ahead and go with Jimmy G. And I don't know that Trey Lance was even his quarterback, because if he was, he would be stubborn and want to get him on the field. But instead, he's done the exact opposite. He is scared that Trey Lance is going to go in and look good. He's scared now. He's scared now because if Trey Lance goes in, it's going to make everything he's done from weeks 1 through 16 look like a joke. And if Trey Lance comes in and looks phenomenal from day one, he's going to look and feel like everyone's judging his ability to assess the situation, which has been his horrible misstep his entire career. Quarterbacks, Mahomes, Watson, his love for Kirk Cousins. Like Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback in the NFL. He doesn't know quarterbacks. You could say he's a offensive scheme genius if he's focused in working on that. But just because somebody's good at cooking in the kitchen doesn't mean they're going to manage the restaurant good. Shanahan might be a good cook when he's focused and working on the meals, which is the playbook and the play calling. Maybe he can revive that in another life with another team when he gets a clean slate. But he's not a head coach. He's not a manager of the restaurant. He is a cook. He needs to be in the kitchen cooking up the plays, not managing and dealing with personnel. The hirings, the firings, the drafting first rounders and early draft picks and never using them. That is Kyle Shanahan. And over and over and over again, he makes these mistakes with quarterbacks. And now we're sitting here begging the man to put a guy that doesn't even have a use of his thumb on the bench. Where's my football? This man is going out there. Let's tape my thumb to my hand and see how good I can throw a football. This man is going out there with his thumb unusable on his throwing hand. Let me get my football. And we're asking him to go out and throw a football and Debo only goes 4, 5, 6 yards down the field because Jimmy can't throw it that far anyway. So maybe he can underhand it to him and they can still make it work. Jimmy G, I've got bigger hands than Jimmy G. Okay? I can kind of grab the football without my thumb. I don't know that Jimmy can. Why don't we? I got an idea. Instead of playing with this experiment, Why don't we throw the 3rd overall pick, the player we believe to be the future of the franchise, the guy you invested in, the guy that's dynamic, way more dynamic than Jimmy G. Why don't we put him in the game and see if he can revive the season? On to fantasy. Grab him. Even if you can't use him, grab him. Why? Block your opponent. How many people are struggling with quarterbacks? Is your opponent super secure with their quarterback play this week? Have you even looked? Is your opponent playing with Russell Wilson? Is your opponent playing with a quarterback that's got kind of like a bad matchup and has been sketchy lately? Have you even looked at your opponent's quarterback? Because he might be eyeballing this guy named Trey Lance to save his season. With his rushing ability, Trey Lance could get you 25 points this weekend. Trey Lance needs to be grabbed, if not just to block your opponent. Where are we at on the news here? We've got Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz on the 19 list. Which, we'll see how that affects JT and the running game. Never a good thing to have the quarterback down. A-Rob is still dealing with effects from the 19. Mayfield. Reports the Browns are likely to bring in competition for Baker in 2022. What else is new? Baker has been, and I believed in Baker at one point, he's been such a disappointment. Devontae Parker wasn't targeted in Week 16, which was crazy because he was on a lot of people's lists for a top wide receiver 3 play. Their top wide receiver 3 option walking into Week 16. And he wasn't even targeted, which was crazy. Locked down. He was locked down big time. Mike Gesicki, 22 yards. Let's see if there's any other news whatsoever. Let me see if there's any headlines we can look at. Ziggy, shut up! Ziggy is crazy. No other news. No other really news of Ziggy, stop! He just starts talking. I got rid of computer. We needed another artificial intelligence device in the other room. So I let computer out of the studio for a little bit. So I've been relying just on Ziggy. I don't have computer here anymore. And Ziggy's awful. Ziggy, you're awful.
I'd like to know what went wrong.
Hold on. Ziggy, you're awful. You're awful.
I'm always interested to hear how I can improve. Try saying, I have feedback.
No. Ziggy, off. Dude is awful. Isaiah McKenzie or Mooney. That's a tough one, Matt. I'd probably go with Mooney for right now. But either way, bro. Either way. Kyler Murray or Trey Lance. I would play. I think we need more information. We need to know how prepared Trey Lance is going to be, but I can't sit Kyler. We need more information just to be certain, but what's happening, we got to wait out all the news and who pops up on the 19 reserve list. But for now, I'm loosely saying you can't sit Kyler. You can't sit Kyler. Derek Lakin, way to go on your championship, good buddy. Or at least making the finals. Nice little comeback. I remember seeing your message. Debo, A.J. Brown, T Higgins start 2. How do you have this dilemma? JD, you can't put T Higgins in your flex spot. What do you guys think? You got to play Debo. What do you guys think? A.J. Brown or T Higgins? Who does JD put on the bench? A.J. Brown? Does he start T Higgins or start A.J. Brown? Help JD out. That is a tough one. A tough spot to be in, bro, because T Higgins is absolute fire right now. A.J. Brown in a cheap trade. Well, you did good, but you put yourself in a bind. Although both of them should have good days, so it might end up being a wash anyway. But considering benching Najee for Ronald Jones, I probably would not, Steven. I can understand your frustration, but I probably would not. Jamar or T Higgins. Oh God, bro, you're pulling out my heartstrings. I feel like T Higgins is safer right now. But that doesn't mean Jamar Chase isn't due. It doesn't mean I don't contemplate putting Jamar in there over T Higgins. I think I need to wait till we get closer to kickoff. Right now, lean going safe with Higgins, but get ready to switch it because I still think Jamar Chase is going to explode and have one of those monster multiple touchdown games here in the final 2 weeks. So get ready. Terry Roberts made the finals in his league. Congratulations, Terry. Justin Herbert or Trey Lance? Give me Justin Herbert, bro. He's number 2 in fantasy football QB scoring. Okay, let's not get cute. I like Trey Lance. I'm telling you to pick him up. Block your opponent. But, don't. If your opponent's got Russell Wilson or somebody they're struggling with, don't give them the opportunity. Especially, think about it this way. Anybody can pop up on the reserve 19 list, bro. Anybody. At any moment. So grab a player like that, especially a quarterback. What if they have Russell Wilson or Jalen Hurts, and then they pop up on the, just give me an example. They pop up on the 19 list, they're out, and you've got Lance locked up. Russell Wilson or Trey Lance. Here we go. Thomas. Let's wait on this, but I'm going to be tempted to go Trey Lance if he feels prepared and ready to rumble. So hang tight on this one. This is a tough call. Russell Wilson is easy to bench right now, but he's always capable. So it's a very, very tough call. Let's wait and see. Trey Lance could easily have 40 yards rushing and a touchdown and throw for 1 or 2 scores and have a very solid day. Brady or Burrow? I'm probably going to go Burrow, bro. But Brady's obviously capable of having a 4 or 5 TD game, but give me Burrow. Give me Burrow. Burrow is playing like a top 2 to 3 quarterback right now. Let's give him the respect he deserves. Let's run him out there. And I'm telling you, Burrow right now, I was a little shocked when I put up this video. Where is it right here? I have Joey B, number 3, question mark. And in my video, I forget who said it in the chat, but somebody said, your video is very misleading, Smitty, in the live chat. I said Burrow's number 3, and then in the video I rank him number 3. I go, Josh Allen, Mahomes, my number 3 is Joe Burrow. And somebody in the live chat's like, very misleading thumbnail. I'm like, how is it misleading at all? How am I misleading anyone with this thumbnail? I take pride in not misleading anybody with my titles or my thumbnail. Like if maybe there's a question mark, but I'm going to shoot it down, it's still worth posing the question, especially if other people are asking it. Like, is, Cooper Kupp the number 1 wide receiver? And a lot of you are going to say yes. But even if I was going to say no or yes, it's an asked question. And Burrow, I rank him 3 in Dynasty going forward. I have Herbert and Burrow neck and neck. I've got Burrow, Herbert, Burrow. Burrow's in my top 3. I was actually really shocked at how many people there's a lot of pushback on this. A lot of pushback. A lot of people saying, Smitty, aren't you overreacting? Number 1, I've been talking about Joe Burrow and the Bengals for a long time. This is not an overreaction. I predicted the Bengals to win the division, okay? And I also said that Jamar Chase would land in a Bengals uniform and help keep Joe Burrow upright despite all the people coming at my neck saying, hey, Joe Burrow, you got to keep Joe Burrow. Where's my megaphone? Smitty. Do you guys remember this? It's kind of where I think the megaphone really took off on the show. I think it's because of the Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. I think it's really where the megaphone was born. Smitty, you have to protect Joe Burrow. You remember that? That's how the megaphone kind of got its staple on the show. You have to protect Joe Burrow, Smitty. If he's not upright, how is Jamar Chase going to get the football? There's an image. Everybody's talking about it, Smitty. It's on social media. it shows Joe Burrow throwing a pass to T Higgins and catching it downfield. But because Sewell is drafted and right there on the offensive line, Smitty, then there's an additional attached amendment to the graphic and meme, Smitty, where it shows Joe Burrow on his bottom facing the sky and the ball flopping onto the ground and Jamar Chase and T Higgins waving their hand downfield, Smitty, waiting for the football, which will never come because you've got to protect Joe Burrow. How many times do we have to go over this in the offseason? So I don't know why anybody says I'm misleading or overreacting. Like, I've been talking about this for a while. Like, has anybody been seeing that? Like, why am I overreacting? This has nothing to do with overreacting. This has been an accumulation of things going on for the Bengals that have climbed all the way up into this moment right here. Joe Burrow has the talent to be a top 5 quarterback in fantasy football. Plain and simple. That's not a oh, his situation's great, he's going to be a top 5 quarterback. That was Jameis Winston, okay? You put Jameis Winston into that Tampa offense with Godwin and Evans, it was going to make him a top 5 quarterback when he wasn't really a top 5 quarterback. Joe Burrow, Joey B, is a top 5 quarterback regardless of what's around him. But what's around him is elite talent. What's around him is a bettering offense that has Jamar Chase, T Higgins. They'll probably add a tight end in the offseason. Mixon, who I was admittedly down on walking into this year. Take a lap for me. I admit my wrongs. Mixon has turned things around tremendously. And Mixon now has opened room to run the football. If it was ever going to happen, it was going to happen this year. And Mixon has space to run because things are spread out. When you have 2 elite wide receivers stretch of the field, defense is spread out, your offensive line improves like that. Everybody saying drafting Jamar Chase was not good for Burrow didn't understand the indirect relationship Jamar Chase would have on the offensive line production. The offensive line got more improved the moment they draft Jamar Chase. Before they even addressed the offensive line, which they still were going to do. Just because you don't take Sewell at the top of round 1 doesn't mean you won't address the offensive line. They were going to address the offensive line. But even if you didn't take a single lineman, you had guys coming back. Even if you didn't take a single lineman, drafting Jamar Chase, as I said all offseason, would help the offensive line more than drafting Sewell himself. And we're seeing evidence of that. Joey Burrow is upright. Joey Burrow is fine. Joey Burrow is dropping dimes all over the place. Joey Burrow is going to explode. And he's a top 3 quarterback of the future. At least 3 or 4. You want to put Herbie right there at 3? I'm fine with that. I love Justin Herbert. Herbert and Burrow are going to dance with Mahomes and Allen. Slow dance, fast dance. They're going to do everything. All 4 of these guys are going to be in that cup of coffee conversation, all 4 of them, year in and year out for over a decade to come. These are probably the best 4 quarterbacks, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Herbert, Burrow, that we've seen in a long, long time. And they're all young. They all have over a decade. And it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for Joe Burrow to explode in the future. Look at this by problem. I'm in the finals, build my team. I'm in a standard PPR, 2 flex, QBs, Dak or Lance. You're going to put Dak in. Running back 1 and 2, Najee, Gibby, Penny, Madison, Swift. You're going to go Najee and probably Gibby, but we got to see if he's healthy and everything going on there. Swift is tempting if he's playing and everything's good there. Wide receiver 1 and 2, Adams and Lamb. I think because you're going to probably roll Gibby, and it's between Gibby and Swift as your only battle there, I think. You're going to roll Higgins with your flex. You're going to go Adams, Lamb, Higgins. 1 flex and two defensive plays? Flex 1 and 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Flex 1 and 2. So I'm going to go Gibby. Okay, so here we go. Dak, Najee, Gibby, Adams, Lamb. Your 2 flex are Higgins and Swift in that order. If Swift doesn't go, then you're probably putting in Penny. And at tight end, I'm going to go Kyle Pitts, but that's a very, very close one. I'm tempted to go Knox, but I'm going Kyle Pitts. Your defense is New England. And I don't know what you're waving, Parker and McKenzie. I'm fine with that. Awesome job, Problem. Appreciate that super chat, pal. Get burrowed. Do we have a get burrowed? I think we have a get burrowed. Hold on. We have a Burrow somewhere. Get burrowed.
It's Javonte season. Step inside. Javonte Williams gonna take you for a ride. It's Christmas time, the time of year. When Smitty Claw...
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it. Sorry, I was trying to find it, and now I lost it again. It was right here. Yeah, here we go. Ready? This is a new Get Burrowed button. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it. I love it. I love it. We got it. Get burrowed, baby. You requested I play it. Now we got it. By request. By demand. The people demanded it. Now we've got it. This question from Steven. Considering benching... Oh, I already got that one. Najee. Nah, I'm not benching Najee, bro. I understand your dilemma. I understand your fear. Thomas, would you start Trey over Russell? Already got that one. I think Thomas, but I would start Trey if everything looks good for me, looks well prepared. But so we'll attack that later in the week. Thomas, hit me on the text line and we'll definitely take care of it. Get burrowed. Get burrowed. We need to get Jamar. We need to get T Higgins. We don't want to overdo it, but there are about 5 to 7 to maybe 10 players we need to get in the cycle where if we want to, if we're feeling kind of crafty and it's relevant. And someone's talking about Burrow. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it. Get burrowed, baby. Cameron! On to the semis in one league and the championship in my paid league. Won the semis 226 to 225 thanks to Kamara dropping the last catch. Kamara is tough to trust right now. Congrats, Cameron. Appreciate your super chat and your support always, pal. Kamara, you can't sit Kamara. I got a lot of weird text today and DMs on Instagram. Hey, should we bench Alvin Kamara? Are we worried about Alvin Kamara? I mean, who's not going to be worried about Alvin Kamara? Of course we're worried about Alvin Kamara, but there's nothing you can do about it. It's the final week in most cases. You got to roll him out there, and he's not so bad of an option despite, dropping nothing the last couple weeks that you can't put him as your running back 2 or your flex. I mean, come on. But, it's so tough to know. Are we starting Madison? I mean, it depends on what's going on with Cook, bro. It depends on what's going on with Cook. The last I heard on Cook, let's see. Let's pull up Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook. I mean, everyone's assuming Dalvin Cook is going to be back. He'll miss week 16. I know he's going to be bummed out. We'll get him back at some point. I mean, that worries you when you hear some point. But if he's struggling, we don't know. Everybody thinks that just because you go on, and this is a good point, just because you go on the 19 list, that you'll be back the next week. In a lot of cases, you will. Eckler was doing live shows, looked completely healthy. There's nothing wrong with Eckler at all physically. He was doing interviews. He's like, yeah, I'm on the 19 list. I'm not playing. Pick up Justin Jackson. He's doing shows left and right on Instagram and on video and in social media. We don't know what Dalvin Cook's doing. So it was easy to tell that Eckler was probably going to be fine. But we'll find out. We'll find out. It affects everybody different. Allen Robinson lost weight. He says he's still trying to get back to form. I don't know what form he's trying to get back to because Allen Robinson hasn't done anything all year. take your time, Allen Robinson. We're not really holding our breath that you get back to form because your form has been garbage this year. And I don't know that I'm going to give Allen Robinson any excuse at all because he's had revolving quarterback play, but he's had plenty of opportunity. Mooney's been doing it. A-Rob, to me, is gone. I don't know that we'll ever see A-Rob return to form. I am not counting on it whatsoever. So good question, JD, about Madison. We will find out more as the week unfolds. Everybody's assuming he's back, but you're right in asking the question because we haven't heard anything. Allen or AJ Brown? I assume this is Keenan Allen. I'm going to go AJ Brown as long as he's healthy and going to play. I have to make that stipulation to everybody. Aaron Rodgers or Taysom Hill? You're going Aaron Rodgers, bro. You're not sitting Aaron Rodgers. If the weather is so bad that you're fearing like two passes, like in the case of that other game with Mac Jones and Josh Allen, then you have a reason to put in Lance, okay? But let's wait and see if weather is going to be an issue for a lot of these guys. But I am not putting A-Rod on the bench currently. I have Eckler back, full PPR championship. Should I play Madison over Aaron Jones if Cook is out? If Cook is out, I would. But we have no. I want to emphasize we have no indication Cook's out. It's just we have no indication he's back. So that's why those questions are coming in. I don't want anybody to come in here and be like, "Whoa, Cook's out." We don't know anything. We just haven't heard anything. Terry, Brady, or Lance. Brady or Burrow, Hurts or Lance. Brady or Lance. I think you're asking Terry this question, but I'll answer it. Brady or Lance, I'm going to go Brady. Brady or Burrow, I would probably go Burrow. Hurts or Lance, I would probably go Hurts, but that leaves no room for Lance on any of these questions, which kind of sucks, but at least you're scooping him up, you're picking him up. If you're contemplating him over all these options, your opponent's going to, so why not grab him and block him from using Trey Lance, who could be arguably as good as some of those options. AJ Brown over CD, probably for right now, but I find a way to play both of them, bro. I find a way. What's up, Andy? Appreciate your super chat. Bench one, Odell or Elijah Moore. Do you mean Eli? What? Devontae Smith. Is Elijah Moore... Elijah... Hold on a second. I mean, isn't he... He's not for sure playing anything, bro. Coach Salah said he expects Elijah Moore quad IR to return to the team's final 2 games of the year. Yeah, but that report was, December 13th, bro. We got nothing on that. I haven't seen anything concrete on Elijah Moore coming back this week. Even if he is, you're going Odell. I like Devontae Smith, clearly. He's going to be so good in the future, I believe. I love if Hurts can improve and stay and become the future of that franchise. And I don't know that the franchise wants it because at every turn they've tried to spit on Jalen Hurts' opportunity. Really, they have. The entire way. I don't feel like they're fully invested in him. And it's ridiculous because he's a good quarterback. He needs support. And I love Devonta Smith and Hurts together, maturing together. But Odell, if playing, has a lot of upside. He's got that 90 and a touchdown upside. I'm going to go with Odell. Don't go near Elijah Moore, even if he is said to potentially be coming back. Started Justin Jackson over Javonte Williams last week, going to your championship. That was a very smart move, Bernardo. Or not Bernardo. This is Bernard. Just regular Bernard. The regular Bernard. Nice work. 2 QB league. Started Tua and Josh Johnson. Going to my championship because of it. 2 QB league and started Tua. Nice work. Nice work, pal. Thomas with a super chat. Odell or Christian Kirk? Odell, and it's not even close, man. Anything could happen. Know that, but Odell. Smash the like button for everything Smitty has done for us. Thank you, Blackbeard. Thank you all. We hit 10K, as you can see behind my head. It's a little bit crooked, but we hit 10K and upward from here. Onward and upward. We're not even going to say next stop 20K. Our next stop is 100K. So let's do it quick. Let's do it live. Let's do it fast. Tell your grandma, tell your friends, spread the show link around. Let's get more people in here. As we grow, I promise you the show will only get better. It will only get better. I can promise you that. 64 likes, 132 of you in the building. Terry's not happy. Hit the thumbs up. Wipe your feet on the way in the door. What is up, Smitty? What's up, pal? Bernard, you bet 10K. You know it. Smitty is the best expert out there. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you. How good is AB going to be this week? I don't know. You know the way I see this going is usually you expect a big week out of a guy like AB, and he does okay last week, but he didn't quite have the week we wanted, right? It usually, I think, comes the next week. We thought Penny was going to do well in week 14. He crapped the bed in week 15, then he did well in week 16. It's not an exact science. I'm just saying, I think he's probably in a good spot. And as a flex play, I like him. But anything can happen. Defense for championship: Saints, Bears, Seahawks, Browns. Let's go ahead and pull up defenses real quick and see what we can cook up for some good defensive plays. And I will do that right here on this screen. New England. I'm just going to say this. The Cowboys are the number one defense for me every single week. And it hasn't really changed for a while. And I see matchup rankings all the time where they're like, okay, you got to put in whoever's playing the Jets. Like, clearly, they're in the top 3. The Bucks are playing the Jets. They're in the top 3. The Saints are playing the Panthers. They're in the top probably 5. You got the Bills against the Falcons, probably top 5, 6, 7 overall. The Bears against the Giants is tempting. They're probably the best available defense because they're probably available. They're playing the New York Football Giants. So there you go there. Colts are probably taken. Eagles are probably taken, but the Eagles are a top 5 potential defense this week. The Niners against the Houston Texans are a pretty good play. So I would say of available options, likely available defenses, you got the Bears against the Giants is a possible top 5, 6, 7 play. You've got the Niners against the Texans is a possible top 10, 11, 12 play. Past that, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a lot of teams available to grab. Maybe the Seahawks against the Detroit Lions. I know the Lions have been playing well, but I could see that, being a game that gets flipped. This week, Dallas is my number 1 D. Tampa Bay or New England, 2 or 3. Dallas is just you don't consider benching Dallas. You don't consider it. And Hunar, you just heard me talk about the Eagles being a top 5 defense. So clearly the answer is the Eagles, pal. You got to throw them in there. The defense matchup is good. Bears are a solid play, but they're not the Eagles. You have the Eagles, you have the Cowboys, you have the Patriots. You play them. You play them, plain and simple. Yeah, we all got a lump of coal in our stocking, Felix, on Christmas when we thought that we had Tyreek Hill in our stocking as a stocking stuffer. And clearly Tyreek Hill crapped the bed with 1 to 4 points, depending on your scoring. He did nothing. And I don't know if it was ill effects. I don't know what was going on, but Tyreek Hill did not. He's inconsistent. He does this, though, from time to time. So it's not shocking. It doesn't mean that he was still, recovering. We don't really know. Dallas is way too good. If someone asks me, should I bench Dallas 4, I'm going to hit the take a lap button. Because you don't bench the Dallas defense. You just don't do it. I don't care what matchup you're looking at. You play the Dallas defense. Plain and simple, or you take a lap. Lance over Big Ben and Carr. I go Trey Lance over Big Ben. Big Ben's not a horrible play, but definitely, man. Jacob with the super chat, dropping the big one. You helped Saturday night with plugging in Madison, Javonte, and AB, and you told me to check back. I'm in the championship. Thanks for all the content this year. Made the playoffs in 6 out of 7 leagues, and I'm in 3 championships. Attaboy, Jacob. You're the man, bro. Let me know what the question is. I want you to check back, but if you have a question this week, let me know, bro, and we'll hit it up. So, Jacob, I will look for your next comment, and I'll try and pull it on screen. I'm going to put your super chat right here, so I remember to keep an eye out for your chat. Thank you, Jacob, for the super chat. I appreciate everybody dropping a super chat. Let me see if I missed any. I got Thomas's, Kirk, or Odell. I said Odell. Andy asked me Odell Moore or Devontae Smith. I said Odell. Cameron, appreciate you. Problem, appreciate you. And who else super chatted today? Steven. I'm not benching Najee Harris for Ronald Jones. I understand your frustration, but don't do it. You can play both, find a way to play both, but I'm not benching Najee. That's your running back one. Like, if you're talking about toying around, Thomas, with playing, or who was that? Steven? Toying around with playing Rojo instead of Najee, that's your running back one. You clearly drafted Najee as your running back one. You've got to have this conversation with your running back two or your flex spot. Like, I'm not saying don't put Rojo in, but why are you attacking the top running back? Go to the other ones, and I'd love to know who you have, and we can try and hit it up and figure it out. But there's no way I'm sitting Najee Harris for Rojo. Doesn't mean I'm not playing Rojo. Hurts is still amazing. Hurts is amazing. I like Hurts a lot, bro. I hope Hurts gets a shot. He continues to get a shot. I moved that super chat. Sorry, buddy. That was Jacobs. Oh, here we go. I'll put Jacobs right here. Jacobs, thank you, Jacob. Again, appreciate your super chat, buddy. Hurts is still amazing. Help, Smitty. If Connor improves, do I start Connor over Edmonds? I would, but it's a very, very tough call. In 5 leagues, made the playoffs in 3, made the championship game in 2. Cheers to Ditka's mustache and Hurricane Ditka, where playoff beards always turn into championship mustaches. Let's get it, Smitty. I don't know what just happened, but I appreciate you. I don't even know what's going on. I appreciate you, though. Pick 3, Najee, Zeke, Rojo, Javonte Penny, Damian Harris. If Damian Harris is a go, you're putting Najee, Damian, and one of the other guys in there. Probably Rojo right now. I'm very tempted to want to continue to stick with Javonte, and I love Javonte, but in those scenarios where you got a safer guy, we can still be excited about Javonte's 2022 without like being reckless with a championship week when you have a guy about to get more carries and more work. So, what do you think about benching Saquon this week? I love the idea. Tell me who my options are, and let's get it done. Because Saquon has been nothing but a disappointment all year. And honestly, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back on that one, but it was very obvious. I don't feel like proud of it. I'm not excited he didn't do well, but the writing was so clearly on the wall, and people just ignored it. They ignored the medical facts and medical evidence that was sitting right in front of your face. And that's what we're going to do in 2022 is we're going to learn how to best corral in all of the variables and assess risk and come up with a risk score for every player and incorporate it into my rankings and incorporate it into any of the content we have. And this goes for me too. The risk involved in Clyde Edwards-Helaire, even though the talent is tremendous. He is such a talented guy, but guess what? Sometimes talent isn't enough. Sometimes situation is not good enough for a player, even with the talent there. We have to take a look at risk. We have to figure out how to incorporate risk a little more into everything we do, and not let it detour us completely, but let it make us make better decisions with less risk. And overall, maybe we do own Clyde in 1 or 2 leagues instead of 4 out of the 7 that you're doing. And it sucks because you liked him, but you made a strategic decision based on risk, and then you're better off. And in the end, you're still killing it. You're killing it. And it's all about risk and reward. Everything is about risk versus reward. At what point does a player cross through that line. It's called the line in the sand. I haven't done any line in the sand videos lately, and I need to because it's such an important thing. But here is round 1, round 2, let's say. Line in the sand, okay? Where's your line in the sand for a player? Is it, let's talk about a guy like Jamar Chase for next year. Or somebody give me a round 2 player that we can do a line in the sand for. A guy that has questionable round 2 value. Drop it right here. Give it to me. Give it to me. Or will you just use Barkley in this scenario? Like, here's round 3, round 4, round 5. At what point do I draw my line in the sand for Barkley in 2022? At what point do I draft the man? So if you have Barkley, everybody's, or CMC, we can use CMC and Barkley. We'll do both. So in the terms of Barkley, everybody was willing to draft this man right here, like at the end of round 1. We're not, remember what people said? We're not drafting Barkley for weeks 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're drafting him for weeks 11 on, Smitty. He'll be so good in weeks 11 on. That's why we're drafting Barkley. Apparently, you may have drafted him just for week 17. We'll find out. TBA, to be determined. To be decided. To be assessed later. Whether Barkley was worth that selection, because he could tear it up in week 17 and win you a championship. I don't think it will happen, and I would bench him. But I'm just saying. So Barkley, now that we walk into 2022, where's our line in the sand for Barkley? Where are we taking this man? Not in round 1. In line in the sand is where I give up and I surrender on my doubt on the player. And I say, you know what? They are worth grabbing right here. Is it round 2? Absolutely not. And some of you will take them in round 2. I don't blame you, but I'm not doing it. There are too many players that can be had right here in this range. We're talking about guys like Jamar Chase. We're talking about a boatload of wide receivers that have top 4 to 7 potential. There's no way. And if we say like, okay, Barkley right here, we have to make sure that this line in the sand has so much upside that he's all upside and like no risk. Where's my line in the sand? I don't know. Where do I flip from avoid to liking him? Christian McCaffrey, I would say if we're doing CMC, no way I'm drafting Christian McCaffrey in round 1. Would I take him like at this turn here? Potentially. My line in the sand for CMC's got to be in round 2. I just don't know if it's at the very top of round 2 or if it's at the bottom of round 2 or if it even falls into the 3rd round. I'll be honest, I don't really know for sure if I'm going to like... I'm not sure if I'm going to like CMC in round 2. I reserve the right to change my mind on Christian McCaffrey because I haven't really digested it yet. I haven't really mock drafted out enough to know if I'm going to like him in round 2 at all. I might not like him at all in round 2. I might like him at 2.2. I might not like him until 3.4. It's to be determined. I need to digest it all. I need to take it all in. We're going to do some end of season rankings. We're going to go into 2022 and do some rankings for 2022. You don't have to have all the answers right now. No one's drafting for 2022 yet. No one has to feel embarrassed about not knowing exactly where they value somebody yet. Sometimes you have to let the season come to a close. Sometimes you still need the playoff performances. And a guy like Mahomes' case, if we're talking about Mahomes, I'm going to have to draw a new box here. But if we're talking about Mahomes, here's round 2, 3, 4. Patrick Mahomes in 2022, you're not going to take him in round 2, but if he explodes in week 17 and in the playoffs, and let's say Mahomes, let's say they win the championship, let's say Mahomes is fire in the playoffs, then all of a sudden Mahomes' line in the sand, which I imagine is probably about right here to right here for most people. I bet you Mahomes' sweet spot in 2021 is currently in that range, if I had to guess. But if he explodes in the playoffs, that range will open up to probably all the way up here. So Mahomes would become 3.2 to 4.12 worthy. And I say that big of a range because there are some of you that play in leagues where nobody takes a quarterback in round 3. And some of you play in leagues where it's not even a 2 QB league. It's not even 6 points per TD pass, but everybody in your league is old school. They're all about, no offense to the older people in here. I'm getting up there in age. But if you're an old school, like you play in non-PPR leagues, you're a dinosaur in the fantasy football space, you're taking quarterbacks earlier than the young kids are. You just are. It's in your nature. And so I have people that come to me and go, Smitty, it's a 1 QB 4 point per TD league, and everybody takes quarterbacks the entire first round. Well, that's because you're playing with Grandpa and Bob and a bunch of old school fantasy football players. Everybody's leagues are different. I don't want to hear that this range is too big or that this isn't possible. This is going to be for people that play in a lot of leagues where everybody's using stats and they're really embedded into the offseason. They play in a lot of dynasty leagues on top of redraft. These people are going to be more like-minded in terms of waiting on a quarterback. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with waiting on a quarterback. You could have got a Joe Burrow. You could have got a Herbert. We loved Herbert. Herbert was one of our favorite middle-round quarterbacks. We loved Herbie. Jacob, did you end up sending another message? Jack with a super chat. Thank you, Jack. Jack says, thanks for all the help this year, Smitty. Sleeper U has been big for me. Championship week. Who do you pick? Sony Michel or Javonte? Go Sony Michel. I love Javonte, Jack. You know how much Javonte lives in my heart, bro. But you got to make the right and smart call. Michel's getting volume. Michel's getting a lot of work. Don't worry about Akers. That's another topic we can talk about in a little bit, which is gonna be fun because I'm not trying to get negative on today's show, but this Akers talk is getting out of control. Not saying that the Rams won't try and run him more than a couple times. They're certainly capable of doing it. 3.2 to 4.10. This is Patrick Mahomes. Let's say a guy like Burrow. Let's go with Burrow. So this will be round 3, 4, 5, and 6. Where's Joey B go? Almost definitely not in the third round for anybody. People might start thinking if he finishes like super strong, and let's say Joe Burrow let's say they win 2 playoff games, the Bengals, he could float into this 4th round. I'm not saying he will. He could. I think where Burrow's going to go is somewhere in this range. I would say this range in early 2022, and he'll go this range late 2022. And what does that mean? That means that right out of the gate, people are going to be here. Then they start hearing buzz. They start getting excited. People start remembering what happened. And then he starts climbing. His ADP climbs. Joey B could definitely go in here all said and done. And that's why I love best ball. That's why I love drafting early. Because you can take advantage of players before they climb up. Sleeper U is correct. Neil, I need some advice for week 2 championship lineup of 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes. You've got Eckler, Chubb, lock it in. Those are your 2 running backs, pal. Your wide receivers, you got Lamb and Deontay. Now you need 2 flex players. You're going to go with probably Swift if he's a full go, but you need to hear concrete, confirmed information that he's a go. Then you put him in. And you probably use AB. If not, I hate to say it, but your 2 flexes are probably Keenan Allen and AB and not Javonte. I like Javonte. If we hear differently, like if news breaks that Javante's going to get a lot of work, they want to see what the rookie can do. Like some kind of news like that breaks, we're putting Javonte in as one of your flex guarantee. But for right now, Eckler, Chubb, Lamb, Deontay, Keenan Allen, AB, and Swift only enters the equation to replace maybe Keenan Allen or AB. I think we might have to determine that later. I don't know if I want to lock that part in, but that's how I would go. That's your safe route with this team. Sony has league-winning upside. He most certainly does, champ. He most certainly does. Just wipe my feet at the door. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Start Lance over Cousins. I probably would. Just make sure you're hearing good things out of Ninerville. If you know what I mean, broski. Booker has been outplaying Barkley, says Mealy. Yep. I've seen someone take Mahomes at 1.1. It's not a super flex either. It happens. That's what I'm saying when people say that his ADP can't fluctuate. A lot of times when I talk about Mahomes' ADP, I'm not talking about my ranking. I'm talking about Mahomes' ADP. Mahomes' ADP in 2022, as I mentioned, is probably going to be his ADP. Not my ranking, not where you should take him. His ADP will probably be in that big range, just depending on your league, your scoring, and who you play with. Where you take them, here or here or here, depends on you, and it depends on the evaluation we're going to do in the offseason to determine where that risk is too high for the reward. When you're talking about a Burrow or somebody, down here, if you can get Burrow down here or Mahomes right here, Burrow is the better pick because he can have a cup of coffee with Mahomes all year long. So you're never just gonna, people coin me as an early QB drafter, which is funny. I kind of enjoy it. I kind of welcome it because I think it's very close-minded to come across my content and make a determination that I'm going to draft Mahomes ahead of everybody else, and I'm not going to think about taking a quarterback late. I love that people think I won't take a quarterback late. How much did I love Herbert and Burrow? Herbert's the number 2 QB in fantasy football. We're looking at 2 or 3 different leagues right here. Herbert, number 2, at least number 3 in fantasy football 2021. Herbert's the GOAT, and he's been punching people in the throat all year. What is let's see, leaders, Herbert, stats. I'm going to go to this random league here and just make sure this league's showing it. Herbert, number 2. Everywhere I turn, Herbert's number 2. Tom Brady, shockingly, is in the top 5, which is, he's had such a good year. Herbert 2, Allen 1, Brady, Mahomes 3 and 4, 4 and 3, whatever. Stafford's up there. Aaron Rodgers is up there. Jalen Hurts is up there. We talked about Hurts all offseason long. Burrow is number 8. Joey B is number 8. We need to go live before Sunday and talk Trey Lance. We can definitely do that. Maybe we'll do that on Thursday media when we have more concrete information. Maybe Shanahan doesn't play him. Maybe Shanahan announces something crazy because I don't know that I believe that he knows what to do, media. He's not the right man for the job. I'm sorry, but you're going to not know that because you're about to see Trey Lance make him look better. And he's going to repair the relationship between you and all your Niners faithful who are just that. They're faithful. You guys are loyal fans, and I actually appreciate it. But you're so loyal, you're not going to see that Shanahan's not turning the corner. It's Trey Lance just making him look good. Herbert got me to the championship. He'll punch you in the throat. Herbert's the GOAT. Let's go. And who else is turning GOAT style? Joe Burrow. Get burrowed. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
Get burrowed, baby. Tyler, take a lap. What did Tyler do? Thoughts on Deontay Johnson next year in Dynasty? I love him if A-Rod lands in Pittsburgh, which is a very, very strong possibility. He could land there. Terry, Smitty, I am playing Burrow over Brady in week 17. I don't blame you. I wouldn't blame you to go either because Brady is ranking in around 3 or 4 overall for all quarterbacks in 2021. So there is a conversation to be had, There is a conversation to be had. Tyler said Hurts or Lance for this week. I wouldn't tell Tyler to take a lap on that. I would just say you got to play Hurts. He's got a better matchup. Hurts has been playing great, and Lance is a project that we can get excited about. But I would say, Tyler, don't necessarily take a lap, but you don't want to be that you could live with yourself putting in Hurts and then Lance outscoring him. You're not gonna be like, oh my god, I knew it. I can't believe I made that move. You'll be like, crap, man. If I only made that move, I would have won. If you put Hurts on the bench and he does what he's been doing all year, which is play like a top 5 to 7 quarterback, you're gonna kick yourself, I think. So you got to go Jalen Hurts, bro. Start 2 wide receivers, says Gary, and 1 flex. Higgins, Keenan Allen, Deontay, Terry McLaurin, Sony Michel. Higgins, lock him in. Don't show him disrespect. Deontay, and then Sony Michel. It's hard not playing Keenan Allen, but Higgins and Deontay, unless you hear weird news that affects this, obviously, change directions, but give me Michel. Give me Michel as the flex. I want to say put Keenan Allen some way. And Terry McLaurin, as we said, capable of being a top 10 wide receiver or completely fall off the face of the earth. His quarterback play is garbage. Terry McLaurin is a great buy low in Dynasty because people that own him are about to write him off after last week. They were expecting so much more out of him. We all were. He was high risk, high reward, though. You knew what you're doing if you're playing him. He could be a top 10 receiver or a top 30. And his situation is garbage. It's a trash can. It's a trash can carousel of quarterback play. Cordero Patterson or James Conner. You can't put C. Patterson on the bench. I realize he hasn't done what he's supposed to be doing, but he's still getting in the end zone. There's still reason to believe Cordero could have a game that Cordero is capable of having, a game that he's been having all year long. Trust in him this final go, and then next year we can play it by ear because I'm not going to be super, super high on Cordero Patterson walking into 2022 because, it's been a perfect storm of goodness for him, and I don't know if it's going to continue. Let's go to where's the call-in line? Hold on, I got to grab the phone. Bear with me. Okay. Let's roll. Phone lines are about to open up. Let me activate it. Where is the phone line? Here it is. Call into the show at 602-699-4404. Coming knocking at Smitty's door. Let's roll. Open phone lines. Bring it on. Bring it on. Mackenzie of Beasley is out. Yeah. Yeah. What is going on, pal? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Yeah, Smitty, what's up? This is Matt calling from Indiana.
Matt, Indiana. What's going on, buddy?
Just chilling in the snow and working, watching your great advice, buddy. Appreciate everything you do for me.
Thank you, pal. Tell Pat McAfee I said hi.
Oh, I will. I'll do that. Hey, I got a two-part question.
Hit me.
I'm in 2 championships this week. I got Lamar Jackson And obviously we don't know what's up with him this week, but I put in a waiver for Trey. So you think he'd be good, or would you rather go with Huntley if he comes back? That's the first question.
Yeah, I'd probably rather have Huntley over Trey. I think they're very, very similar, but we know what Huntley's capable of doing. So if I'm you, I'd try and scoop up both to make sure, you might already have Huntley, but make sure you block your opponent from having Lance, unless your opponent has like Mahomes or Josh Allen and you don't have to worry about it. But yeah,
Okay.
definitely would probably play Huntley. What's your second question?
The second question is, I got Rojo and Najee for my running back. It's a standard league, so no PPR. And I got Rashad Penny. Out of those three, who do you think I should start out of those three?
Rojo, Najee Harris, and Penny?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see.
I got Devontae Adams and A.J. Brown and Keenan Allen. Yeah, I got A.J. Brown in that trade. I know my receivers are stacked, but
yeah, you
that's
can't.
why I asked you about Keenan Allen and A.J. Brown earlier.
You can't sit Najee Harris, man. You just can't do it.
Well, obviously Devontae, but between A.J. Brown and Keenan Allen.
Don't sit Najee Harris, pal.
Oh, I know. I'm yeah, I've got to start him. I guess it's between Penny and Rojo. Penny's got the Lions this week. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me Rojo, but it's very, very close. Penny crapped in the bed in week 15. So he did well in week 14, crapped the bed in week 15, did well last week in week 16. He's just hard to trust. I would say Penny's probably got a little more upside, but more risk. I don't mind Penny, but I'd rather go with Rojo. I feel like Rojo is a little safer. Unless news break. All right, last one, bro. Go.
3 out of the 4.
Say it again. I don't think you can hear me.
Devontae Adams. I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it quick. Devontae Adams. Okay, we'll take him out. So A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen, or T Higgins. 2 out of those 3.
A.J. Brown.
It's a standard league, though, not PPR.
I go probably T Higgins, then A.J. Brown. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? A.J. Brown or T Higgins? I'm sorry, I had to disconnect, pal, because I think we're talking over each other. But appreciate your call. In the chat, T Higgins or A.J. Brown, give the man your thoughts, and we'll go ahead and answer that in a group setting. Next caller, go. Next caller, hit me. And bro, you can call back. We must have had a bad connection because every time I talked, you couldn't hear. And so just call back if you have another question. What's going on, pal? How can I help you? I'm sorry?
So my receivers are Chase Higgins and Renfro. Do you trust them this week in the championship?
Chase Higgins and Renfro?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who's your alternative?
So for the flex, I'm looking at Damien Harris, like him or Renfro. Or I'm going Damien Harris.
Yeah, I go Damien.
Then my running backs are Michael Carter and Javonte Williams.
Michael Carter and Javonte Williams. You got to go. I go Javonte Williams there, but Michael Carter's a pretty decent play. I could go either direction.
Look for like Agumawale or like Jordan Howard or Boston Scott.
They're all pretty close, bro. I'd probably still go with Javonte. I wonder if they're going to give him more work in the final weeks here just to kind of test him out. But sometimes that happens with rookies. They want to see what they can do. They want to evolve them a little bit. I know they're worried about working him into the ground, which is why they haven't given him a ton of run. But I don't think coaches are that afraid to use a player maybe all year. But at the end of the year, they might want to see, if they can get him ready for next year and kind of work on some stuff for next year.
He's going to have a good game. He's playing Houston. But Lance is the quarterback.
I think he could do okay. I don't know that he's better than Javonte. Javonte feels probably very similar. I think we're news dependent, man. I think once you hear some more news about Lance, once you hear some more news about, Javonte's workload, we can kind of nail down a little better. For right now, it's just kind of up in the air for that flex spot. But I do.
Chase and Renfro or Chase and Higgins, do you think they're safe plays, or you think they're gonna come back to normal and bust?
They're safe plays, bro. Higgins and Chase are monsters, man. You can't even. That's the definition of getting cute. Even asking a question about whether you're gonna what are you gonna do? Who are you gonna put? You're gonna put Chase or Higgins on the bench for one of those guys you just named.
No.
You know what I mean? You think you could sleep at night the next day if you did that and Higgins had 3 TDs again? You know, don't overthink that. But your flex spot, you definitely have something to mull over, but you need to wait for news.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate you, buddy. Okay. Next caller. Hit it. And again, I didn't mean to hang up on that first guy. I forget who it even was. Call back if you have another question. I don't think we could hear each other, so I had to disconnect. AJ Brown. And for that first caller, you got a lot of Higgins votes. Yeah. What's up? Thanks for calling the Fantasy Football Show. You're live on air. What's your name? Who? You sound like a robot, bro. Call back. What's going on, bro? Robot. You're on the Fantasy Football Show live. Who am I talking to?
What's up, Smitty? My bad, my phone is bugging out. It's Dribble.
Dribble. You sound like a robot, Dribble.
Yeah. My bad.
What's up?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I kind of like you better as a robot, but go ahead. Go.
I had a question about my flex spot. So it's either Jamar, Sony, or DK. Who would I go?
Jamar, Sony, or DK. I mean, let's take DK out because, we have every right to doubt him. And even if he comes back and has a good final week here, we have every right to put him on the bench here. You're not going to lose sleep over that move. Sony or Chase, I mean, it's an arguable thing. Sony could probably be considered safer than Jamar, but I don't know that I could put Jamar on the bench. And Higgins had such a big game, you got to think defenses are going to be okay, moving forward, we got to focus on this guy. That usually means that Chase is going to get some good looks. But, I mean, safety, Sony's not crazy. It's a really, really close call. If you want a little bit higher risk, not a ton, a little higher risk, but more potential reward, Jamar Chase is your guy. So you got to kind of pick your poison on that, pal.
All right. I mean, I could put a starting spot for Sony. I could bench. Should I start Sony or Rojo?
Oh, Sony. I like both. I don't hate Rojo, but Sony. I put Sony in and I keep Chase in. Easy.
Okay, so bench Rojo then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, let me put it this way. Let me put it in robot terms. You need to consider Rojo and Sony. Okay? Rojo and Sony is your dilemma. I'm not saying lock in Sony, but that's your dilemma. Keep Chase in and then decide on the other two. But you have a really good team, a really good dilemma. You should be pleased with yourself. Pat yourself on your robot back and get on your way.
All right. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you. Dribble the robot. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. What can I do for you?
Hey, how's it going? It's Jacob here from California.
Jacob.
So I'm hobbling to the finish line. I'm a Derrick Henry fantasy owner.
Oh.
Drafted Dobbins and Mostert. They all went out, but here I am. I got Patterson and Gibson at running back, Chase and Jefferson at receiver.
Okay.
My flex question is it Elijah Moore if he comes back, Darnell Mooney, or do I make a play on waivers for Dare or Boston?
For who? Boston Scott and who?
Dare Ogumbo.
Oh, yeah. If Mitchell's back, you go Mitchell, but if he's not back...
No, Elijah Moore.
Oh, Elijah Moore. I always mix up Elijah
Yeah,
Mitchell.
receiver.
Everybody else does that too. Elijah Mitchell and Elijah Moore. Everyone just assumes. I guess I go Dare on that one, man.
So it's in order of importance, Dare, and then
Yeah, Dare. However you say his name. Gun. We call him Gun. on the show just because no one knows how to like pronounce it right. I mean, we're calling Travis Kelsey, and I guess it's Kels this whole time, so no one really knows. Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Give me Ogun. I think.
Okay.
I think. I mean, that's a tough one.
If not, would it be Elijah Moore or would it be Darnell after that?
You know, I like Darnell with Fields. Depends on what's going on at that quarterback spot, but I have a feeling it's not. Hold on, let me just check on Foles real quick. You don't even know what you. The news is insane right now. What did Mooney do last week?
10 in a PPR league, 10.9.
And it looks like with one or both of Fields and Dalton likely back for week 17, Foles should return to the bench. So yeah, looks like Foles is going back to the bench. I don't know if they're going to put Dalton in or not. That I don't know why Nagy's still there. It's insane.
Yeah, they don't. The only problem with Mooney is no red zone targets.
Yeah, and no touchdowns the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I think I'd go with Ogun, bro.
Okay.
You know, unless some news drops that looks bad for him, you know, like he's going to be in a full-blown committee and, you know, something crazy unfolds badly for him. But, yeah. And Boston Scott's okay, but, you know, he could be safe, I guess. For its.
You don't like the Elijah Moore Hail Mary?
I
mean, he was doing good until that quad injury.
Yeah, but is he even back? Is he even back? I mean, there was.
He's supposed to come back this week. It was just COVID related.
But that last report, I don't know. That last report that I wrote or I saw, Elijah Moore. I don't know. Where are you seeing that?
It said that he was expected to come back week 17, but there's been nothing as of today. The last report I see was his quad put him on IR. And then he got put on COVID.
Yeah.
So it's a weird one.
But I don't think any news came out that his quad was okay to return. It was just he got put on COVID because he's got to. They got to worry about him at the facility and all that. But that doesn't mean a lot of people think, oh, you go on COVID, that means you're about to return because they're putting you on the COVID list. But no, I would say unless you get total confirmation that he's back in full go and unhampered, and he's not even like listed on the injury report, he's got no designation. I don't know that I'd go near it. If let's say there's word that Elijah Moore is going to be a full go, then sure. But I just don't have any of that information right now. So I would play it careful, you know, because you don't want to throw a guy out there that gets you nothing because they say, oh, he's limited. All right, pal. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Later. What's up? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. What's your name?
What's up, Smitty?
What's up? Who's this?
This is Tanner.
Tanner. What's up,
What's up, buddy?
What's up, Tanner?
Oh, not a lot. Hey, question for you. I got Russell Wilson and Tua, and Wentz is on waivers, and so is Lance. Who should I go with?
Well, Wentz is on the 19 list.
He's right on.
Lance versus Tua, and who? Who was the other one?
Russell Wilson.
I would definitely have Russell Wilson and Lance on my roster, and I'd waver between those two walking into this game. And I think I would make my determination on how comfortable I felt with Trey Lance in the offense, and are they ready to rumble, or Shanahan setting him up for failure and making him a last-minute call. So I would definitely grab Russell Wilson and potentially plan to use him, and then make sure Lance is on standby. But I don't know that I trust Tua.
Right on.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm pulling up something. Yeah, I mean, Tua last week, what do you have? 1 TD, 1 INT, 198 yards. Nothing special. I don't see him as a great option this week, man.
Right on.
Yeah. Go get Russell. All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right, thanks, bud.
Later.
Happy New Year.
You too. All right, I think we're gonna end the call-ins for now. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna shut the phone line off. Super chat from Andre. In the flex, PPR, Cook, Madison, Michelle, or Damian Harris. Very good problem to have. I hope I get a flex spot in a second. I'm not reading through yet. But for now, I'm going to go Michelle. That's really hard. I love Damian Harris, man. But go Michelle. Running backs 1. Cook, Madison, Michelle, or Harris. You got to pick one between those. You got to go Cook or Madison, whoever's starting, I think. Well, if Cook is out, maybe you contemplate Harris, Michelle, and Madison. And I think we gotta worry about that later, bro. I don't think we can make that determination now. As of right now, Cook, until we find out if we find out he's not playing or something. So running back 2 and running back 1 are Eckler and Chubb. Also need to start 2 wide receivers out of Cooper, Ayuk, and Odell. I would go with Cooper and Odell probably. Let's see what Cooper did last week, actually. Hold on. Because I'm a little hazy on what Cooper dropped. And see if he's healthy. Who knows right now who's on what? 85 yards and a score. That's right. Week before that, he had 2 catches for 8 yards. But he did have a touchdown the week prior. Yeah, I don't trust Ayuk right now. You know what I mean? I like Ayuk, but I don't know if I trust him yet. But you have a big dilemma on your hands if Cook doesn't play, which I'm not saying we have any indication he's not going to play. But if Cook doesn't play, because we have no indication he will yet, then you don't have a dilemma. You put Cook in. But Michelle or Harris, I mean, those are great options, man. You put yourself in a good spot. You just, it's going to be tough for you to pick those each week. I have Najee and Michelle. Opponent has Harris, Hunt, and Clyde. Should have a higher waiver? I have a higher waiver. Should I pick up Mitchell or Darrell Williams? I'd pick up Mitchell. Well, I don't know if Mitchell. Let's look up Mitchell. Eli Mitchell, he's questionable to come back this week. There's no update. So I suppose grab Darrell right now. Maybe he won't even grab Mitchell. I don't know. Mitchell will be more dangerous though if he's starting. I'm just afraid you're going to waste your pickup on Mitchell. He doesn't play. And then you could have blocked him from getting Darrell. What do you guys think? Does he take the risk and grab Mitchell and assume that Mitchell... the phone line's off, by the way. Sorry. Let me close that. Does he grab Mitchell under the assumption Mitchell could return, or does he grab Darrell and assume Mitchell won't return and block his opponent from getting Darrell Williams? Which one? Both are blocks. So which one do you like better? Give him a vote. Andre, another super chat. Thank you, pal. And forgot to mention I'm in 3 of 3 Super Bowls. Attaboy, Andre. Block the Clyde owner. Get Darrell. Take Darrell. Penny or Zeke. Probably Zeke for now. Fournette out is killing me. Our championship round context closing the gap on me. Sorry, Tanner. Kenny says get Williams. Tanner, what's good, says Terry. Tyler Boyd startable. Yeah, it depends on your options though. But I mean, startable, sure. In a bind, pick 3 of 4, 2 wide receivers and a flex. CD, AJ Brown, AB, and Diggs. Appreciate the help. Two wide receivers and 1 flex. Give me CD. No, hold on. AJ Brown, Diggs, and CD. Pick 3, yeah. That's what I do. Darrell it is, y'all, says Sonny. Appreciate you, Sonny. How do you feel about Osborne? I like him. He's a good wide receiver 3-4. Rojo or Dillon? Probably Rojo this week. But I still like Dillon a lot, but he's very hit and miss. You know, he's going to be one of those guys that you're going to play him, he's going to fail you, you're going to lose, then next week he goes off in week 18. You know, he's just not very reliable. And Rojo, while not a reliable player in general, looks like he's got a reliable situation for week 17. Unless we hear otherwise in the news, then we'll adjust and adapt. Everybody needs to understand everything we're talking about is volatile right now with the 19 list and everything, you know, coming out of news wires. Like, everything is volatile. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. E111 is out of here. Glad to have you here, man. Thank you for showing up. Take it easy, bro. Pick 2, full PPR, DK, Javonte, Edmonds, Kittle, and Kirk. Pick 2, DK, Edmonds, Kittle. Okay, you got to go Kittle. Kittle and DK. Rico's in the finals. Atta boy. Interesting question. Would you rather have Chargers, Big 4, in fantasy, or the Bengals, Big 4? So Eckler, Herbert. I assume you mean Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, or Burrow, Mixon, Chase, Higgins. I mean, the Bengals. They're just better. Keenan Allen's getting older. Mike Williams is unreliable. Eckler's kind of injury prone. Mixon doesn't have a long time left, but he could have another real good year next year. And regardless of that, Higgins, Burrow, Chase are just getting started. All of them are getting started. Whereas in Mike Williams and Keenan Allen's case, they're not. They're not going anywhere in 1 or 2 years, but they're not just getting started. You know, Burrow's got it made. Thank you for your help, Smitty. First year playing in the fantasy playoffs. Attaboy, Manuel. Attaboy. Still won last week thanks to Higgins, but I almost pulled the trigger starting Burrow over Brady. Should have pulled the trigger. Should you pull the trigger this week? So tough, man, because, I mean, Brady's right there in the top 3 or 4. Tired. So, I mean, it's close. Cameron says get burrowed. Get burrowed, Cameron. Where's my get burrowed? People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it. Get burrowed, Cameron. Get burrowed, pal. Manual, finals. Pick a D. Philly, Niners, Bears, Indy, or Titans. I'm going to go Philly. Philly's got a good matchup. I like them a lot this week, pal. Niners, Tanner. Mealy says Niners. Yeah, that's why I agree with this assessment, Tanner's assessment here. Brady's also been flustered lately. And I'm not saying Brady's not the king of coming back from that, but with a bunch of injuries, disruption, give me Burrow. Give me Burrow. Give me Burrow. I agree with Tanner. Tanner helped seal the deal on that one. But yeah, I'm sorry if I didn't even answer that. Burrow. Held on to Lance all year in Super Bowl. Flex win a league sleeping giant. Depends on the option that you're putting on the bench for Trey Lance. But yes, Trey Lance could be. Yahoo has me losing in the finals based on projected points. How much do you believe in that? I don't believe in that necessarily, Jose. I think if it's a big discrepancy, there's something to it. If it's like 4 or 5 points, 10 points, not a big deal. And on top of that, you have, that projection during the game that can be all out of whack. I don't know about Yahoo. I feel like Yahoo's pretty accurate about predicting the percentage of win once the games are going on. But I think beforehand, no. Beforehand, it feels garbage. Like within 10 to 15 points of garbage either way. Yeah. I missed the super chat. Thank you, Terry, for letting me know. Ricardo, you still here? Neil, thank you for the super chat. Jack, thank you again. I don't know how I missed Ricardo's super chat. Ricardo, you still here? Sup, homie? Joe Burrow or Jalen Hurts at the wide receiver? AJ Green, Boyd, or Jarvis Landry? Give me Boyd. Only because Herb is Herb. Only because Burrow is so good. Ricardo's still here. Good. I probably go Boyd. I don't love it. Do you guys go Landry or Boyd? What did Landry had a decent day, right? Landry had, I think he had a touchdown. Didn't he? No, he didn't. The week before he did. 4 catches for 55. Yeah, give me Boyd. I think give me Boyd. And Boyd had in week. Tyler Boyd. Boyd has back-to-back games with a touchdown. 96 yards and a touchdown in week 15. 85 yards and a touchdown in week 16. Give me Boyd, bro. And give me you know what? I could live to regret this, and Hurts is a really good play, but give me Joey B and Boyd. I mean, you could lay it off and say that if Burrow goes nuts, Boyd has a shot at going nuts. I mean, you could do that, but it doesn't really matter in the end. In the end, you got to decide to yourself who's scoring more. The stacking's fun. It can sometimes get you out of a bind in terms of, like, if disaster strikes, your whole lineup doesn't go down. But in the end, again, ask yourself a question: who's scoring more? And so Burrow, to me, he's on fire. The team's on fire. It's going to be a good game. Jalen Hurts, I like a lot, but he's got the potential to be up and down a little more, I think, moving forward. Burrow's definitely had a patch of games where he didn't go crazy, but he's been doing well lately. Last 3 games, he's been fire. He had about a string of 4 games above those 3 games where he didn't do well at all. But then Burrow was really good the like 8 or so games above that. So give me Boyd, give me Burrow, but very, very close, bro. And you could easily argue Jalen Hurts. I don't know how everybody else feels about that. If not, Higgins and Chase will get all the work. I don't know. I mean, 2 straight games of 85 yards and a touchdown. So he's looking pretty good. Javonte or Keyshawn Vaughn. Give me Javonte in that situation. I mean, I like, you know how much I love Javonte, and I know I can be honest and say that he doesn't have the best situation right now, but I'm still going him over those kind of options. You know what I mean? Burrow, the like button, 127 in here, only 112 likes. Punch the like button. Try and match that number up if you can. If I've done anything for you at all this year, keep hitting that thumbs up. Keep leaving a comment after the show is over. All that stuff helps your boy Smitty. And we're going to grow this thing into a monster conglomerate show. Sports network. Let's go. Most of my team has repeat divisional games where they already went off. Things are looking good for the championship. Attaboy Bull. Hunt or St. Brown? Put in St. Brown, bro. St. Brown's earned it. Thank you, Ricardo. Javonte all the way, says Alex. Take a lap. Higbee or Everett. That's a tough one. Higbee hasn't been on his game lately. Higbee 41 yards, 48 yards the game prior, no touchdowns. Higbee's only got 3 touchdowns on the year. Everett looks pretty decent right now. He looks pretty relied upon right now. 68 yards and a touchdown last week. 60 yards the week before that, a touchdown the week before that, nothing that week before that, but then 37 and a touchdown the week before that. So he's doing pretty decent. I'd probably go Everett, but it's not a lock. But I'd probably go Everett. Henry or Kyle Pitts, anything can happen, but give me Kyle Pitts, bro. Henry or Ertz, give me Ertz, bro. Looking forward to getting that signed Tyreek Hill jersey, bro, says Tanner. Keep it up, Tanner. And Cardboard Crew is in line so far, and Adam's up there too. Jose Pena is in the running. We got 1 week left for that DK Metcalf autograph jersey. And I know everybody's a little down on DK right now. It's a beautiful jersey. The frame's amazing. DK's going to eventually bounce back. So it sucks that DK's kind of slumped, as we're giving away that jersey. But I still love DK for the future. He'll be fine. And then we're also giving away one of these bad boys, Door League 2 winner. Door League 2 winner will get this amazing, it's like $150 to $300 ring from our boys at Custom Fantasy Rings. This is not a $39 ring. You see those championship rings, they're like $29, $39, $49. This is like a $150 to $300 ring. It's heavy, it's gaudy, it's meant to look and feel. See how heavy it is? When you put it on your finger, it literally falls. It's so weighted that it just like falls over. It's so heavy. It's made to look and feel like an actual Super Bowl ring. So when you put it on, it feels like it. Obviously it's not, but it feels like it. It's that good a quality material. It's jewelry. And that's going to go to Door League 2 winner. The DK Metcalf autograph jersey is going to Door League 1 winner. And then I'm going to give away a couple other prizes. Don't worry, to other people. So get ready for that. Jacob, what's up, man? Told me to start DK and Kittle over Javonte Edmonds, Kirk, but I just realized I have one flex spot and Kelsey is my tight end. So you just forgot you had Kelsey on your bench, bro. It's a nice problem to have. With AB and AJ in the wide receiver spots, Michelle and Eckler in the running back spots. I kind of don't know what the question is, pal. You're saying, but I just realized I have one flex spot, and Kelsey is my tight end. Told me to start DK and Kittle. Okay, so I'm choosing between DK and Kittle. I'm starting Kittle. So give me Kittle and Kelsey, bro. If I'm answering that question right, I don't know. Lewis with a super chat. My team did great. I had 141 points, but my opponent did better. Mixon and Dolphins made a difference. He got 156. Go for third place. Sorry to hear that, Lewis, but we got your back. Let's go 2022. We're going to tear it up. Get ready. Get ready. Saddle up. 2022 is right in front of us. We're doing it. Next year, I'll be back in the Door League. So sorry I quit. Hey, man, I mean, you were. It's okay if you were struggling. There's no need to keep going if you were. It's a total point race, so I get it. You had a lot of leagues you got to worry about. Pretty excited. Squeaked by into the finals because of Jackson. Nice job, Baytown. Baytown dropping it. Nice JJ pick up and go. Smitty, I need your help in championship game. Lockett, DJ, Moore, Hollywood Brown, or Ayuk. If Huntley's back, I'm really tempted to play Hollywood in this situation. DJ Moore is going through so much quarterback change, man. I don't know. I like DJ Moore. I like Lockett a lot. Lockett's probably safest. Hollywood's a little higher risk, but maybe a touch more reward. What's the Door League? The Door League is on the door. I'm sorry. Stupid microphone. Yeah. Explaining the door league in detail. The door league. The door league right here. We wrote names on the door. Stupid mic. When I change scenes, it turned the mic off. I don't know why it does that sometimes. I fixed it and it just reverts back. It's stupid. But door league 1, door league 2. Next year we're not going to do that. We're going to do it differently. We're going to make it a wall league. We'll probably have to put all the names on the wall here because we ran out of spots on the door. We'll probably put all the names right. I guess we could paint the door and do it again, but I like keeping it on there. I think it's like a badge of honor. You got in the door league, you deserve to remain on the wall. So I think we're going to write names on the wall league. We're going to put you right there, all on the wall. I'll sign all the names. We'll do it differently. There won't be a door league 1 and a door league 2 and all that. We'll go ahead and do it differently this time. We'll make it one wall league. Everybody will be able to see the standings this time around. We'll do it in one single division. Everybody, it could be 100 people deep, whatever the case may be. It could be 100 people deep. We could put 8 copies of every player in the player pool. We could technically have 96 people in this league. I think we're going to do that. So 96 people in the league. 96 people in the league. Anybody that drops a $20 super chat gets an entrance into the league. And then we'll have time to accumulate more prizes. So like things like this. I think I'm going to be able to get one of these rings for door league, for a wall league for 2022, the wall league. So if you want to be in the wall league in 2022, I'm going to have one of these going to the winner. So we got one of these going to the winner of door league 2, but in wall league 2022, we will have one of these as well. Okay, that'll be the minimum prize. We're going to have maybe jerseys and stuff like that as well. So get ready for that. If anybody wants into that, let me know. We'll start giving away. You know what? We're starting wall league entries. Is my mic working? Okay. Wall league entries. If you want to be in wall league, you want to be in the wall. You want your name written on the wall under the fireplace, which is right here. Is my mic working? Yes, it is. Right here. I'm going to sign your name, and you're going to get into Wall League, okay? So get ready. Terry Roberts wants to be first in the Wall League. Now, here's the thing. I got to figure out a good way to get you in and signed up, so we're going to figure that out. I believe if you do this, we're going to have to do something where you drop a super or another comment with your email address, which I think will be picked up and held, and so it won't go out to everybody, and mods don't approve the message. But I think when we do it that way. We had a few people that didn't get in because they super chatted and then never got back to me, so we'll figure it out this time. But Terry Roberts, let's put Terry on the wall. Terry Roberts is the first person in door league. Actually, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna write it, Terry. I think we're gonna do it on the wall. I'm not sure. I like the clean look of it over there. I can't do it right here. I got to figure out where I'm going to do it. We got to write it somewhere. But Terry will make sure you're in the league. Appreciate that, Terry Roberts. First wall league spot. Maybe ceiling league. We could do it on the ceiling. I think we might do it. Maybe we'll do it a ceiling league. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it on this board right here. I gotta find a place that I can do it. We could do door frame league. The door frame league. Maybe that's what we do. I don't know. I can't do this right here. That's too clean. We can't do that. We can't get rid of the clean look in the background. This would be a perfect wall. But I think we're gonna have to figure out another spot. I've got my lifetime members at Sleeper U on that wall right there. That's a whole separate signature. It's either going to be the ceiling or it's going to be on the banner below the fireplace right here. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to probably have to put the names. But if you do a $20 super chat, we'll make sure 2022 January 1 is like opening day to get those spots. So on opening day, January 1 of 2022, we'll start giving away those spots. And they're going to go quick. The board league. It might be like the fireplace league or the wall league. We can come up with a name together. Well, get ready for that. Spots will be given away based on $20 super chats starting January 1. 96 people max will get in the league. 8 copies of every player in the player pool, which means that if we have 96 people and 8 copies of every player in the player pool, it'll essentially be like a normal draft. It'll essentially be like a 12-team draft because 8 copies of every player, 96 players. Pick 96, that'll be the turn pick. Pick 96 will be the bookend turn pick. So, yeah, I mean, technically you could sign up now, WTP, but we could wait until January 1. But if you dropped a super chat, I would probably put you in. But I don't know if we want to create a steamrolling effect right now. But if you did, go for it. Terry Roberts is first in. I got to write Terry down just to make sure I've got him. And I make sure. I think we're going to put it right there. I think we'll sign the names below. I just got to figure it out. It could be the door frame. I'm not sure yet. That's going to do it for today. I could sign on the... God, where can I write it? I could do it on this. Let me see if I can show you guys. Right here. Let me... It's a mess here. Right here, I've got this glass board here. We could put them there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, guys, that's going to do it. NFL C19 news. Do we have any more? Let's check the news wire. Carson Wentz is NFL. Let me put this on screen here. Is there any more C19 news? NFL Network's reporting that the NFL informed clubs that unvaccinated players who test positive for the 19 in recent days are eligible to play on Sunday under new protocols provided their symptoms have improved. What? The symptoms in this case can be read a number of ways per the memo. 24 hours have passed since the individual last had a fever without the use of fever-reducing medications. Is specific but vague. Symptoms have improved. Reads is pretty much exploitable. Fully vaccinated players may test out sooner than the 5-day period, while the 5-day period is mandatory for unvaccinated players. So let's read this one more time. The NFL Network is reporting that the NFL informed clubs that unvaccinated players who test positive for the 19 in recent days are eligible to play on Sunday under the new protocols provided their symptoms have improved. Is everybody reading that the same way I am? Like, let's just open up the floodgates to doesn't matter anymore? Like, am I reading that wrong? Burrow the like button, says Terry. The NFL just cured the C19. says Tanner. I don't even know how to take this. What is this? What is this? If unvaccinated players test positive in recent days are eligible to play if their symptoms have improved. Does that not sound like, okay, we need to get everybody on the field, we need to make some money? That's crazy. It's a crazy difference. I'm not saying I don't understand, the thinking from like our perspective, or that everybody's tired of being, caged up and our rights to do this and that have been taken away. This does seem a little bit unorthodox and reckless compared to the procedures and process that's been going on all year long that other players have been following and other teams have been hampered by. This is like your commissioner changing the rules midway through. Like now Kelsey could have played. Now Austin Eckler could have played. You know, like, what are they doing? I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look at this later. Maybe this is written wrong, too. I don't know. All right, I'm out of here for now. It definitely means players are probably playing that may not have. I don't know. We'll see. Scroll up on my super chat, please. Okay, sorry. Spiffy. Spiffy says, Hurts or Mahomes or Burrow? Give me... Oh, yeah. Guys, can we vote on this one real quick for Spiffy? He texted me. Did I get this one real quick? This is half PPR. Wide receivers are St. Brown and Deontay. Running back Eckler and Aaron Jones. Who do I flex? Javonte McKenzie. If Beasley is out, Osborne, Thielen. If Thielen is out, Osborne probably is your safest play if Adam Thielen is out. Javonte's got more risk but more upside. I'm sorry, Locke, if I missed that, but hopefully you're still here. You still here, buddy? And can I get a vote on this one? Mahomes, Hurts, or Burrow? I told him you're not sitting Mahomes, but I told him bring it in here and let's see if anybody thought that they would sit Mahomes. So vote here. Mahomes, Burrow, or Hurts. Let's see what you guys think. Baytown says Burrow. Burrow has the hot hand. Thank you, Locke. Get burrowed, says Call Saul. You got more Burrow votes than I imagined you would, but he was going to go Hurts. So I think that's going to confuse you even more, Spiffy. Terry says get burrowed. I personally couldn't sit Mahomes myself, and that's coming from a guy that loves Burrow. That's coming from a guy that loves to get burrowed. But Smitty. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are gonna remember it.
Get burrowed.
I mean, I don't mind a little Burrow, but I think you can't sit Mahomes. You can't sit Mahomes. Get Mahomed. I don't think you can sit Mahomes. But if you did, at least do it for Burrow. Because then we can play that clip all the time. Mahomes is unfortunately the right call, says Hunar. Patrick Moore says Burrow tonight. Or Burrow tougher matchup, in my opinion. All right. I'm out of here. It looks like Terry signed up early for the Wall League or the Fireplace League. We might call it the Fireplace League. I don't know what we're going to call it. I got to figure out where the best place is to sign names. Terry, as soon as I figure that out, I will put your name up and I'll send you a picture. But get ready. January 1 spots to the Fireplace League. We're only doing one league this year. We're doing one league management like standings too, so everybody can see what's going on, and it'll be very easy to share with you guys every week. We can pull it up. I made a mess out of it last year doing all these different leagues and then combining them, and I've got to look at it at the end and try and combine different leagues together. But we're gonna make it very special. 8 copies of every player in the Fireplace League, or whatever we end up calling it. 8 copies of every player. The draft's gonna take like a month, because there'll be 96 picks in every round. It'll be a long draft, very long draft, with the short timer, but it's going to be ultra long. I think this might have some recency bias, says Spiffy. Maybe. I mean, Burrow's great. Burrow's a great play. He's going to have a nice game, and Mahomes can be up and down, but I just can't sit Mahomes in championship week. You got a good problem to have, but you created a big problem for yourself having 3 great quarterbacks, bro. Appreciate all you. I will catch you later. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumbs up on your way out the door, please. It helps my channel. It helps the community. and leave a comment. There are 104 of you still lingering in here, so I should have 104 comments, and I will get back to everybody if that comments within the next 12 hours, 12 to 24. I will comment to, I believe, every single one of you that drops me a comment or question in this video once it's over and up on YouTube with 0 comments starting out. Be that guy. Be that guy, be that girl. Drop your comment in the video right when I hit finish here. And as always, put your favorite comments on screen and we will get our way on out of here. Appreciate you. Let's go. Week 17. Bring home the championship.